So,
by the way, thanks for
don't give me too hard a time.
Thanks for coming getting me, my friends.
I didn't get a text, dude.
I did see the text, but I saw it too late.
The last text I got was from Duarte. That's it.
No, I got the text. You didn't see it.
I didn't send it. I didn't get your text. Oh, you know why?
No, apologize.
I went to no. I'm not gonna apologize. I know why I didn't get the text. That's why I put you guys on. I put you guys on Do Not Disturb last night. That's why. I took a little early sleepy poo last night.
Smart move.
Yeah. So I just was putting you guys on.
Right.
But there was no risk of there was no game happening that night.
You guys were. You know what? I took your advice, Robbie. I actually started watching Better Call Saul again.
Oh.
And I was there was no game last night, so I try and Netflix and chill with the old wifey. And so we were. I didn't want no more show business for a little bit. No more hijinks. I just took a little break. So I mooned you guys. I put the little crescent moon on you guys, and figured I'd catch up in the morning.
So let me get this straight. You shut off shenanigans.
Sometimes you gotta unplug.
No,
especially the last 2 days. I don't know if you know this. My phone has been quite, as the kids say, lit. So what happens when you have celebrities tweeting at you? I don't know what to tell you. These celebrities are popular. They retweet you to 10 million people.
And we're back.
A lot of people want your time.
You took a small siesta.
A lot of people want your time. Hey, listen. If I could just take you into the place I was yesterday when my favorite athlete of all time goes to Twitter, Leroy, and says to millions that you're the real MVP. To me, if I could just take you into my car, if I could just do it, mic'd up. No. This is what it went. That's when my phone went like that. And I see a tweet from Dwyane Wade that says, "You're the real MVP. Thank you for starting the conversation at Dwyane Wade Boulevard." I may or may not have just gone, "Whoa!" Maybe that happened. I'm not saying that did happen in my car. I'm just saying possibly. Oh, boy. I may have started my own MVP chant in the car. MVP. Like I was at the free throw line. MVP. Woo! Maybe that happened. Maybe.
When I went home yesterday and I was thinking, man, that Tobin, he's something, right? He got the city of Miami to, right? I said it took 3 years to get a stadium built.
I know.
Right.
I'm faster than them building a stadium.
But I will say this. As I went to bed last night, I was like, oh, God, what am I going to deal with tomorrow?
Listen.
It's 6:05.
I know. You know what else it is?
What?
Let's see if I can check my watch here. It's pop time. Leroy, 38 saves last night. It's pop time.
Well, last time he declared Bob time.
Robbie.
No, it turns out out Bob time gets right because Arizona's a little weird. They don't do
daylight savings time.
Daylight savings time, so Bob time.
If Robbie, I'm gonna put this out there. If you fight it now, right? Then when he gives up Derrick Jones Jr., right?
We don't have to do that for that.
Huh?
We don't have to do it for that.
So.
Goals aren't sponsored.
They ought to sponsor him. They be making millions because they're giving up a boatload.
No, what they should do is they should go get one of those watch sponsorships, and they should Bob time.
Remind him what time it is, like it's game time.
He doesn't need to be reminded because he knows it's Bob time. The Bob knows.
Well, as soon as the other team starts scoring,
they didn't last night.
Okay,
they didn't last night. 2-1, baby. 38 saves.
Let me ask you a question: has there ever been a goalie to make it through the season without a shutout?
He's had a shutout.
He has?
Yes. Has there ever been a goalie to do without 2 shutouts? I don't know.
Think about what you're saying.
He did have that one shutout in regulation. Then it got into overtime and he lost.
That's not a shutout. Think about what you're saying.
Has he had a shutout?
A $70 million goalie, and we can count the number of shutouts with
Don't do that. Just say A. Just say A.
You're gonna feel terrible.
Shutouts. He has 1 shutout this year.
1 shutout.
Ooh, he had a career high 9 last year.
1 shutout.
Huh.
1 shutout.
Career year last year, huh?
1 shutout.
The old contract year.
I don't know, but does that work on because I tend to, because you come up with so many excuses and stuff, I tend to look at the goalie like I look at the quarterback, that if the defense isn't great in front of him.
Defense was great last night.
No, but I'm saying, if do you look at him, the same, that if the defense isn't good in front of him, then it doesn't matter how good a goalie is. You just can't stop everything.
No, you can't stop everything.
Okay,
the puck moves too fast,
and that's kind of how the quarterback is. Like, although we like to think that the quarterback is the end all be all, if you don't have the support or some reasonable support in front of him, he can't be anything near what he needs to be.
Look, all I know yesterday is Dwyane Wade called me the real MVP, and it was Bob time. And if you're going to tell me that Dwyane Wade and Sergei Bobrovsky have a good day, that's a good day for Tobin.
We weren't talking about that, though.
What do you mean?
I was asking you a legitimate question.
About what?
Without blasting anybody. Right?
I
was actually giving Bob somewhat of
an excuse?
Not really. $70 million, you're supposed to make up for a lot of that.
He's supposed to be with it. There's supposed to be 2 of you?
Huh?
There's supposed to be 2 of you?
You said he's flexible, and his
flexible.
drills are...
He is flexible. I got to take you one day to the ice den. You want to come to the ice den with me?
Well, if I'm shooting a puck, I'm safe.
You guys can go Step Brothers and interview as a team?
Let's go. Let's get the headlines, Robbie.
This is WAXYAM South Miami and WSFSFM HD2 Miramar, a radio.com sports station.
2-1, the Panthers are winner last night.
Hell yeah.
In Phoenix.
MVP, most valuable Peacock Pirate.
Isn't that MVP triple P?
Double P.
Double P?
Yeah, I don't know if you could say that. It would sound weird.
Hey, I want to thank you guys again for letting me in.
For what?
Let me in.
Well,
I didn't know. I half mooned you. I'm
did
sorry.
know, but I had to make a judgment call. If I go and get Leroy in, there'd be nobody here to run the board, and we'd have dead air.
And I had to go put up the tripod, and I wasn't. Michael McDonald was playing, and Len just had this. Len just had this email yesterday about not letting music play, and so
Hey, does he know how radio works?
He's always got these ideas. He's like, listen. Didn't he say in the email it annoys the listener?
Yes.
To listen to music, like does it? I listen to Michael McDonald through our hallways. I think it's lovely.
Yeah.
And you gotta get
I think
the
it's
part.
kind of weird when you go in there to use the bathroom and you have to listen to one of the people you saw 5 seconds ago.
I think it's weird that we've had these bathrooms for 5 seconds. I already took away our paper towels. Now I got to use these. Now I got to use these cold air blades.
Now I got to put my ass on the air blades.
I know it's just.
1 minute.
By the way,
1 minute.
aren't hand dryers supposed to be warm? Those things are freezing.
Yeah, no, they don't dry your hands.
I hate them.
I have to come out doing the little thing with the man. The
windsock?
Yeah, try to dry my hands.
BYO,
then I get mad and just do it on my shirt.
BYOPT, bring your own paper towels.
What do you got?
No. Hey, Robbie, that's the problem. You're not supposed to be wiping your butt with paper towels.
It really is infuriating that people continue to flush the paper.
Grown people.
It really is infuriating. How can you not, clean yourself properly with toilet paper?
How about this? You ready?
Never a problem for you.
Never a problem. And there's nobody that can accuse me, blame me, because everybody knows how I do things.
Yeah,
I will leave work early if it gets that bad.
What do you got, Robbie?
So the WBC has announced that next year is when the WBC comes on again, the World Baseball Classic, that the Marlins Park is going to host all 3 rounds.
That's awesome. I mean, it's always an awesome atmosphere for baseball there. Always.
That's the next closest thing to when they have like EPL soccer or Barcelona.
You get country pride down here.
Right?
It does bring out the masses. I think remember that's what didn't they have Jeter at the last WBC? That's kind of what was that kind of. I think it was like right before the sale. or right before we got into negotiations, like it's kind of like what told him. He's like, "Oh, whoa, there's a lot of people here." We're just like, it's not like that for the Marlins.
Yeah, vuvuzelas.
And I'm exclusively reporting
Okay.
that
Ooh.
WBC has a big problem. They
Whoa!
They don't know about it yet.
What do you mean?
They have a big problem.
How so?
So in previous World Baseball Classics, the Marlins Park has never hosted the final round. They've only had either the first round or the second round, and they have it in group play. And so they always made sure that the Cuban national team would never have a chance to play in Miami. Now this year,
oh boy,
next year, if they're hosting all 3 rounds, all Cuba would have to do is get past the first round, and they're pretty good. It's a problem, and nobody's addressed this yet. So I'm the one who has to exclusively report it that they have a problem.
that's a pretty good leap by you, Robbie. So you think that is going to be a problem? How does that work though? As far as like with Cuba National, because like they're not going to root on the like people from Cuba down here. They're not going to root for the Cuban national team.
I remember back in 2006 in the first World Baseball Classic, I was very Team Petty, and we were rooting against Cuba because Castro was still.
I understand.
Understood. And I can understand it might not be the players' fault. I don't know what situation these players are in or why they're forced to stay in Cuba and not defect. I'm not questioning, but I think there's still there is going to be a contingent of Team Petty towards Cuba, and you have that situation like if the players going to be. I don't know.
How does that always work too? Because like normally, whenever I see like Yoel Romero fight, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, he's not in Cuba anymore. His son's still in Cuba. It sucks. He has to be away from his kid. But he comes to the ring with the Cuban flag, and people like there's still some pride that he is from Cuba, but he's not in Cuba anymore. So obviously down here when he fights, people go crazy for him. Like, is that?
Oh yeah, well, because he technically if he's already here, Victor Mesa, Jose Abreu.
I saw him yesterday in action.
Any good?
He grounded out.
How big is he?
I don't know. I or somebody was possibly sitting in the lawn seats beyond the fence. So that's where I was. It was a far view.
Were you even there to watch baseball? Were you there to eat the snacks?
Slim Jims.
What? Hey.
Another story for another day. I want to get back to this.
I think people root for the Cuban players. I just don't. They just don't. I mean, and
yeah, you don't want to root for Cuba, but you feel good like if they had whoever their El Duque is now.
Yes.
I think people are proud of their nationality, even though the circumstance in their country might not be the best. Yeah. So Cubans are very proud.
And all the players that are in the major leagues, they won't be allowed to play on the Cuban national team. They already defected. They're technically not a part of Cuba anymore. So even if they wanted to play, they're not allowed to.
Interesting. This is going to be a problem, huh?
Yeah, that's a problem. Nobody's brought it up yet. Maybe they secretly worked around it inside these backdoor meetings, but not a single journalist or anybody's even mentioned it.
Robbie, I think we need to. You know what this means? We need to bring you in, and we need to get your journalist voice on.
Yeah, put me on the phone.
I'm telling you.
I'll talk to Jeets.
Oh, trust me, Jeets is not the one to ask about this. I would go. I would find out whoever the chairman is of the WBC and ask that guy.
I mean, it's great. I'm glad that the WBC is here for all 3 rounds, but there's an giant elephant in the room.
I think the Cubans will cheer for Cuba.
I think they will too.
Yeah,
but
you can have pride.
I understand what Robbie's saying because if Cuban leadership is here, I don't think they're going to get cheered. If they're allowed here, which I imagine they will be.
I mean, I've been in situations like, for example, when Cleveland mysteriously announced they were leaving after the 6th game of the season.
People hated you.
Fans came and booed. They weren't booing us. They were booing, hoping that somebody with authority was in the building.
Well, and another low-key problem is, you have players like, I don't know what they do to the players' families when they have to travel to the U.S. to play these World Baseball Classic games. But players, if they could easily just not go back to Cuba. Like they're already here in Miami. They could defect right there on the spot. It's an awkward situation.
Boxed in.
Yeah,
it's a fair point, Robbie. Because that's how that would happen with if you ever seen like the El Duque documentary with him and his brother. That's he tried multiple times to kind of just sneak away from the team. Then everybody had to pretend be mad at him when he got back because they're like, boo, you tried to get out of here. They're so mad at you because he was a hero. Right. And then he tried to leave and they caught him and they're just like, oh. Then they go to the games and they paid people to boo him. It was very awkward. Texter writes in, finally saw the D-Wade 30 for 30. He definitely hates Riley. No, he doesn't. Stop that.
The petty is still strong.
Stop that.
Hey, you should be appreciative of D-Wade.
Why?
Because you got a lot of.
You got
a lot of that team petty.
I know, but they've both been very great to me. I mean, like Riley gave me an exclusive sit down.
You can like a guy, you can admire a guy.
What if
you could hold a little grudge because of a situation?
What if I could fix this? What if I'm the olive branch?
You can't fix that,
I think I can.
You can't.
I'm very charming.
No, you can't. Why would you want to fix that? You're going to end up losing 2 relationships.
I'm going to lose both friends?
Yeah, because guess what?
Have you ever had a situation where your friends hate each other?
Done, my friend.
Like, I've had that happen before where I've had 2 really good friends, but they've had a beef between each other.
Yeah.
You know what I do? I stay the hell out of that situation.
Okay, but you're going to think about this. In sports, what happened to D-Wade?
He got wronged.
Is there any other sign of disrespect? Any worse sign of disrespect an organization could give a player than what they did to D-Wade?
Oh, just what an organization. Because I would say the only other bigger sign of disrespect is what Aaron Gordon did to Taco Fall. That's the only other bigger sign of disrespect.
No, but you understand what I'm saying.
Yes.
So even though you get past it, and even though those guys may love one another, right? That ain't gonna never go away. You ain't gonna never hear him say, I'm over that. Right? And that's fine.
You think we can get an intersection on Dwayne Wade Boulevard? Maybe something crossing Dwayne Wade Boulevard, bleep Pat Riley Road?
No.
So he needs a petty.
No.
He needs a Spite Street.
No.
Spite Street.
Petty Ave. Just Petty Ave. Petty Ave runs right into D-Wade Boulevard.
We may be having our boy Frank Suarez in next week. Maybe we'll ask him. Hey, you wanna make a Spite Street? Yeah, I got the call yesterday.
Oh my goodness.
I got the call yesterday.
What are we doing?
And not only is the phone this time, they're like, oh no, we want to come in. I got. I'm sorry, Ron. Mine sucks. Can you do it?
It was actually pretty good yesterday. We did the fake phone call.
I know. I think it's the call. Hey, hello. Hey, this is the mayor's office. I'm like, oh no, here we go.
Look, am I gonna have room in here with everybody peacocking?
I don't know.
Because your plumes are flowing right now, and you know he's gonna walk in like George Jefferson, like he'd have just.
Another texter writes in, Tobin, watched my loss last night. It was I heard it was Bob time. You heard right, sir. You heard right. All right, we're way over 15 minutes of heat. We got some news on Jimmy Butler. We'll get to that next.